Okay, so let's go to this one. So in the material management level, the configuration need to be checked. The violation accounting, then account determination and accounting class and define violation class. Okay, now what is the company code, which is 1000, right? 1000 is copied from 0001. And what is your company code?
MIPL.
MIPL.
Yes, sir.
MIPL.
Correct. The second one.
Okay. Okay. What is the value plan? MIJH, right?
Yep. MIJH.
Okay. This is wrong. How it is coming 3040 here?
I don't know, sir.
Copied from 1000, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now it is 001. Okay. So now, okay, this is correct. And then automatic account determination, the automatic account determination, auto BSX and INT, and copy this one. Okay, now this is gone. Okay. So there is just some configuration missing, that's why. Okay, now you can do this one, right? Numbering
Yeah.
and maintain.
Now I can do this.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So even that 3040 also you can use. Okay, but you need to be do the in the OBYC, how you need to be maintained. You need to be maintained like 3040, like so in the BSX while you creating this 3040, you need to be maintain the combination like 3040. In that case, it will be work. Okay, so it is not necessary only 0001. We can also maintain the 3040. That's not a problem. But you copied from 1000, right? Why it is coming 3040? I'm not aware. Somebody they changed or something. We don't know. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this is a one kind of the configuration for automatic account determination. Okay, so how many people you practiced on the purchase equation, purchase order, GR invoice? How many people still didn't understand about this PR, PO, GR invoice?
Invoice a little bit problem, sir.
Okay.
Invoice I didn't get.
Okay, you want to go with the invoice, right? Okay, so I will use the
And
same PO number. Okay, so whatever he did, PO number, let's do same PO number. Or
sir,
we created some other PO number, right? That PO number also, I think we can leave it this one to him. I think he is practicing that. So we'll do one thing. We can go to my purchase order number. Okay. So now I will be explaining that. So yesterday we went through PR RFQ purchase order like this one, right? Now I'm just telling this one. Without RFQ number, without purchase request number, also we can create the PO. So how many ways we can create a PO? The first thing, the part is we here. How many ways we can create a PO? We can create a purchase order. Okay. So the first first thing is manually you can create a purchase order. Manual creation of purchase order. Okay, and the second one is from PR. From PR, you can create purchase order. That means reference of purchase requisition. With reference of purchase requisition number, we can create. Okay, with reference of RFQ, that means quotation. With reference of quotation, you can create PO. Okay, and with reference of contract for long-term agreements, you can create PO. Okay, and with reference of existing PO, any purchase order you can take and you can create purchase order. Okay, so these are the ways we can create the purchase order. There are different ways we can create a purchase order. Okay, so either you can directly create a purchase order and you can proceed the GR invoice. So these cases we don't need to be searching for the what is the requirement and getting the requisitions and vendor selections. So these steps we can avoid. Suppose in my client, okay, there is a regular vendor who is there. Okay, regularly I'm purchasing from this vendor. So in this case, I don't want to go with any RFQs and quotation because I have the fixed vendor. The second case is, okay, I am purchasing this product regularly. So this is not somewhere we will get the requisition. So this is the regularly we are buying. In those cases, we don't need the purchase requisition. We can create directly PO number and proceed for the GR. Okay, so those cases we can create the manual creation of purchase order. Okay, and some cases I know vendor. Okay, some cases I know vendor, the fixed vendor. So I don't need to go with the RFQ and quotation because I know who is my regular vendor, fixed vendor. But I'm getting the requisitions from my different department. What is the requirement which is there? So those cases I can go first create a PR and I can then I can create immediately the PO. Okay, without creating RFQ and quotation, I can skip the RFQ and quotation and I can create the purchase order with reference to purchase requisition. Okay, that is one scenario. And then this is the P2P cycle which we did yesterday. If we don't know the vendor, okay, then we will be proceeding for the RFQ and quotation. Then based on the quotation, the best quotation we are selecting based on the price comparison. Then we will be creating the PO in this with reference to quotation. And this is this is like contract, long-term agreement contract. Might be okay. Our vendor, the regular vendor, we had a discussion and we are agreed that one long-term agreement like next 12 months. Okay, this 12 months, the same price. What is the agreed in the contract price? That same price we are buying the product. Okay, but whenever I need the product, I will write the PO by with reference of the contract. So in the contract, what we are mentioning that in the entire year, how much quantity I required, might be 1 lakh quantity, 2 lakhs quantity entire year, and the price what we are fixing in the contract, that is for the entire year. Okay, so those cases, what we can do, we can use this contract number as a reference and I can create a POs. Okay, so the price and the vendor information, all this information will get from the contract to PO while creating PO. So no need to discuss again the price because you already have the contract. In the contract already price is there. And the second one is this one is okay, the existing purchaser. So last time I have created the same PO to the same vendor. So I just want to skip. I just want to be manually entering all the details. I just want to skip that. I just want to be referring the any existing purchase order and I want to create a PO. So those cases I can go with reference of purchase order. So these many ways we can create the PO. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so now anyway, I just want to do that invoice, right? So I'm just creating purchase order first, manually creation of purchase order, how we can create. Okay.
Sir, can you go slow in the tool?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what is the transaction code for creation of purchase order? Purchase order
ME21.
ME21N, right? So enter ME21N in the above box. Okay, that I'm entering the ME21N. Then here, I'm already aware about this vendor number. Okay, since I'm directly creating manually PO, right? So in this case, I'm already aware about this vendor because I'm regularly purchasing from this vendor. Okay, then I know what material I need to buy, and I know how much quantity which is required, and which plant it is required, and which store location it is required, when it is required. Everything I know. Okay, then only I'm ready to create the purchase order, right? So I'm just entering that my all these details. Who are the vendors is there? So who are the vendors from my side? So where we can see the vendors list, MK widget. MK widget we can go and I can enter that my purchase organization and what are the vendors which is created in my purchase organization. So let's say how I have different vendors. I'm just going with the one vendor for testing. Okay, I'm entering the vendor number 1, packaging supplier. Okay, now I'm entering this details, vendor number. So automatically the vendor name it is displayed here. Okay, now if you have any terms and condition payment terms, it is there with the vendor. So you need to be enter those details here. Okay, suppose I'm just entering that pay immediately. So then I'm entered the 0001, that is a pay immediately. And if you have the Incoterms is nothing but like a that the vendor and you have the some confirmations like this freight is free freight from my side. Okay, or you need to be ensure that freight free. That means of even freight free. That means delivery is free with along with the insurance and cost insurance freight. So everything you need to be borrowed this one. That means you need to be pay some amount to the cost and invoice something. So like there are so many Incoterms are there. So based on the Incoterms, if suppose it is a border delivery, that means the vendor responsibility is just they will be delivered the goods at your border. So after that, whether you are transporting to your plant, that is the again different, right? So that depends on the what Incoterms you are following that you can select. Okay. So like you can mention this one and which purchase organization you want to be buy this product. So who is the purchasing organization? Then who will be the vendor? That means so who is the buyer? Who is the buyer? So what is the buyer name? Buyer number we have created 999. We created some buyer groups, right? Is it 999? We created 999 or ABC. Okay, is it something like 999? Okay, and enter. Then which company code, which is like JDABC or ABC.
ZXY.
Sorry, Z? XYZ. Okay, ZXYZ. So once you enter all the details, you can cross check that if you want to be inform anything like some information, text related information. Okay, like some maybe header note is nothing but like a you want to be send some instruction to vendor. So that information you can enter in the above. So suppose for this purchase order, okay, you need to be delivered on time because we have some customer orders on pipeline. So it's very important. Please don't delay. So just like a message, we just want to be send some messages that you can send it. Okay, and in the about top you can see the address details. Okay, so That address details is the vendor address details we can see here. Okay, and any communications which is salesperson, anything which you maintain in the vendor master record, that will be getting the information. And if we have any multiple partners are there, okay, like if suppose he is the main vendor, but supplying someone who's supplying the goods. Okay, let's say suppose goods supplier is different. Let's say for instead of 587 supplying the goods, I'm receiving the goods from the 5882. Okay, supplies goods supplier is the other vendor. So he also partner of the 587. Let's assume that. Then 580, when you are receiving the stock, you will be receiving from this vendor. Okay, the same like invoicing presented by. Suppose I'm getting invoice from the different vendor. Okay, so invoice present by that means we will get the invoice from the different vendor. Okay, so I can use the multiple partners as well. It's not only single partner. If the vendor have the multiple partners, like there maybe they have their own partners, like they are taking care about the goods supplying goods, and they're taking care about invoicing, all these details, then you can be enter those details here. Okay, then if you want to be organizing data, and you can see the status, whether it is ordered or still it is there, how much it is there, it is there. Now I want to be enter the my material number. So what is the my material number which I created? So where we can see the material number here in MM60. MM60 is the report. We can see that my material number which I created in the my plan. So I'm just going to the MM60 and I'm executing this one. This is the material number which I created. So I'm just entering this one material number. Okay, and my plant, which plant it is like, okay, ABC Logistics Bangalore, and how much you want to, suppose 100 tons are there, I need 100 tons of this. So when I just enter this PO quantity, if you see that, okay, this 100 tons which is updated as a ordered, that means I'm ordering quantities 100, still it is not delivered. Okay, so when you receiving the stock, then it will be updated the delivery, how much delivered it is, how much invoice is completed, those it will be updated. Okay, and in the item level, whatever we are getting each line item. Okay, if suppose only one material it is there. Okay, I can see only one material it is there here. If I enter suppose some other material, say something like which I'm entering same material because I don't have other materials, right? So let's say I'm entering the same material, but that will be the different quantity. So in that case, what will be happen? Okay, that case how it will be like 10 quantity is different, 10 item is different, 20 item is different. That means in the purchase order I have the 2 items. Okay, clear? So like you can enter the multiple n number of items here till 999 items you can enter here. Okay, that you can order to the vendor. Okay, now when you want to look into that particular item number, like in case this is the first item, right? 10 item number. Now I just want to see 20 item number details, item detail. So I can now I see that 10 item. If I go to 20 item, then I will be going for the 20 item. So let's see. I'm just changing the delivery date for the second item. Let's say if it is 30th. Okay. So first item, first line item, I need on 21st. The second line item, I need on 30th. Now, I'm just showing this in the information here. The first item, I'm going to first item. Okay. And I'm going to delivery schedule. The delivery schedule, it is a 21st. 21st is the delivery date. How much quantity? It is 100 quantity. Okay. Now, I'm going to the second item. Then I can see that this is a 30th. Okay. That means each line item level, line item level, if you want to see, you have to be select here. The first line item, second line item, like you have to be select. If you have 100 items, then if you want to see that 100 items, then you can go with the 100 items there. Okay. So like you can enter these details. Okay. And go to material data information. You can check that which material group it is relevant, and if there is any batch number which is there, vendor sub range. Okay, these are all separate topics. Okay, will and material vendor material number is just something like which is the vendor, they have the this material number information. That means when you are receiving the material, might be the vendor don't have this material number, our material number, but they have a different material number. So like suppose it is like 22212121 like some material number. So they are following with this material number. Okay. But our material number is this one, but their material number is this one. But the description of the material is same in the both cases. Okay. So they are using their own software, right? So they are updating, they are creating this material with the different code. Okay. Now I can see the quantities here. So 120 quantity I ordered for the second line item. Okay, and I can see the conversion like 110 is equal to 10,000 eaches. So I just see the conversion also you can see. And if if you have already updated material master record, net weight, gross weight, those details, it will be updated here. And in the delivery schedule tab, you can see that it is the date on 30th date. Suppose my requirement is multiple deliveries. Like on 30th, I need, uh, suppose I need only 50 quantity here on 30th, but on 7th, October 7th, I need some remaining how much it is there, 70 quantity. So in that case, I can put like, okay, 50 quantity is here, and 70 quantity is here. That means when I'm receiving the quantity, on 30th, I will be receiving 50 quantity, and 7th, I will be receiving 70 quantity. So in the single purchase order, single item, I can mention that multiple delivery dates also. Okay. Okay. So this is the multiple delivery schedules. If you want to, you can maintain. Okay. So did you understand this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now this anywhere you know, right? This copy button and delete button and okay. And the second one is delivery tab. In this delivery tab, over delivery tolerance. Over delivery tolerance is nothing but like, suppose I just ordered 120, but I'm getting the stock more than 120. Okay. Suppose the vendor is sending that more than 120 quantity because there might be having the more stock in the vendor. Okay, so he is sending 120 quantity. Whether you are accepting that more than quantity, what you order quantity, more than that order quantity, whether you are accepting or not accepting, that we can mention here in the over delivery tolerance, under delivery tolerance, unlimited. So if it is unlimited, then the system will accept that n number. If you are sending 1 lakh quantity also, 1 lakh quantity, 2 lakhs quantity also, it is accepting because unlimited, right? And if it is a over delivery tolerance, which is like 5%, okay, suppose I'm just mentioning 5%, that means out of 100, suppose the order quantity is 100, okay, on 100 quantity, 5%, it is nothing but like a 5 quantity. So that means till 105 quantity, the system will accept. If you get five more quantity, so the system will accept it. But more than that 5 quantity, if you are getting more than that, so whether you should allow or not allow, that again you can restrict and you can pass the information like error message. So we don't accept more than 5% of tolerance. Okay. So like in the under tolerance also, if you order 100 quantity, but you received only 90 quantity, but you mentioned 5 quantity under tolerance. That means actually my order quantity is 100, but if I mention the 5% tolerance here, then means 100 minus 5, 95. So till 95, I'm okay. But less than that, 94, 93, 92, again, I need to think that whether I have to accept or not. Okay. So the under and over tolerance. And if there is any shipping instructions are there, okay, you can mention that shipping instruction like, okay, you can maintain like just come with boxes or you need to be follow this shipping instructions and all that you can mention here. Okay. And this is the you want to be post the stock in the particular block stock, quality stock, unrestricted stock. So unrestricted stock is nothing but like a when we are receiving the stock, whether I can go ahead for the further process, like I can sell to the customer or I can consume that goods. Okay, so unrestricted is nothing but like there is no restriction on this material. I can use for the any purpose. And if it is your quality inspection, then you are expecting to do some quality inspection on this product. So I'm just putting this in the quality inspection. Once the quality inspection they are completed, then they can move the stock from the quality inspection to unrestricted. So that is again transfer posting. That is separate scenario. Okay, like block stock. Suppose there is some damage is there, they want to be put in the block stock, they can put it in the block stock. Okay. So the remaining shelf life is nothing but like a when you are receiving the stock. Okay, if there is a date of manufacturing is there, so the remaining shelf life how many days for this material? If it is today I received, so remaining shelf life it is 100 days is there. So based on that, the system will calculate that the expiry date also, and it will be updated that the expiry will be within 100 days. So the date will be giving that. Okay, so like there are so many factors are there: planned delivery time, gear processing time, and everything that we will discuss about that once it is done. Okay, once we are going with those topics. Okay, and now here these are the check boxes like invoice receipt, whether for this purchase order invoice is required or not required. Okay, sometimes what we happen, free items are there. So those free items we don't need to pay any amount to the vendor. So those cases we don't need to do the invoice, right? So whether I should go invoice receipt or not. Okay, and final invoice. Only final invoice is nothing but like only one invoice is the final that invoice. Then we can mention that it's only one final invoice. And GR based IB, goods receipt based IB is nothing but like this is a three-way matching. Like once I receive the goods receipt, okay, then I receive the invoice. Okay, I need to be validate the goods receipt stock quantity and invoice validation. So this is especially for the validation. Okay, so in the PO you order 100 quantity, but in the GR you are received only 50 quantity, but invoice you are received 100 quantity. Okay, then the system will check that, okay, is it happening based on the GR based IV? That means based on the GR quantity, whether the invoice is verifying or not. Okay, if you selected this one, then the system will be validating that how much GR quantity you are received and how much you are doing invoice. That will be validated. Okay, and this is the down payment category. Okay, so if you want to be pay some amount to the vendor while creating PO, that means the vendor is asking that you need to pay some 10% of down payment, advance payment. You can say down payment or advance payment, both are same. So this is kind of an advance payment. Okay, so this is again separate topic, and this is for the taxes. Okay, so what taxes it is there we have. Okay, let's say for this material, for uh, uh, this plan, from this plan, okay, for this vendor, the tax code is 0.0% tax code, or it will be 5% tax code. So like the tax code information will be captured here. Okay, so here they will be entered the 1%, right? So V0 it is created like a 1% tax code. Okay, so here they mentioned someone they created wrong. Okay, so they created has a V0 and they mentioned has a zero tax code. Okay, V0 is the zero tax code, and but they updated has a 1% value, but that is wrong actually. The description you need to be changed. The description should be it is 1% say CST deductible tax code. Okay, so that again that is a configuration. So this is a testing server, right? Someone they are doing practicing on this one. So this tax code will be created by finance team. Okay, in the FTXP. Okay, which country it is? Suppose what is the country here? IN. Okay, IN. So in the IN, let's see V0. Okay, so V0 they are putting like a zero output tax code, but they are mentioned as a 1%. So that is a wrong actually. So they have to be changed as a 1% tax code. Okay, so this is finance people will create. But one more thing here. What you need to understand, this is input tax code, but he mentioned as output tax code. That is also wrong. Okay, so you need to be mentioned as input tax code. So input tax code is nothing but like a while we are receiving the goods, we are mentioning the input tax code. When we are selling to the customer, that is the output tax code. Okay, in this case, it is the input tax code. Clear? So I can see that now it is updated. Visualize is the 1% input tax code. Okay, so that is I updated. Okay, and in this condition tab, okay, anyway, yesterday we discussed, right? The pricing conditions like gross price, the basic price, how much, discount, how much, freight, how much. Okay, if any other details like surcharge, any other tax, other conditions which you need to be maintained, that you can maintain here. Okay, so it again it is a separate topic like a pricing procedure, how it will be calculated, how the pricing condition can be maintained. Maybe the client is asking that I need something like packing charges also. So here there is no condition packing charges, right? Again, based on the client requirement, I have to create the one more condition type. Okay, so that is again a different process. Okay, and the text, particularly this item level, especially for this item level, you want to be pass any information like okay cotton boxes. So don't suppose let's say don't send any wet cotton boxes. So this is the one I just want to send the messages. Okay, and this information for everyone, then you can maintain an info record, then it will be automatically captured. If you maintain any info record, then if you maintain an info record that text, then it will be passed to, it will copy to PBO. Okay, so like delivery related or MRP related, anything which you need to be maintained, that you can maintain in the text here. There are so many conditions, so many it is there, you can maintain. Okay, and now it is a delivery address. So delivery address depends on the plant address, ABC logistic. In case if you already maintain the store location, okay, then the store location address will be captured. So if you already maintain the store location address, whatever it is there, it will be captured. If you are not maintain the store location, then it will be take the plant address. Okay, and this confirmation yesterday we discussed, right? So if there is a acknowledgement required, acknowledgement number, and any inbound delivery creations, shipping notifications, those it is a process for this process. Okay, and this condition and retail, it is completely related to retail, IS retail project. Okay, now I'm just saving this PO. Okay, so before going to this one, I can see the messages like if it is yellow color, then warning message, then maybe you can see the message. If it is relevant to you, then you need to be check that. If it is not relevant to you, then you can skip it. Okay, and if it is coming red color, that means you cannot create the PO because there is some problem with the PO. Okay, you are some information which is missing. But in the yellow color, it is showing no message generated. That means we didn't configure the output information. That output information is again in the messages. So in the messages, what type of the output type you need to be used, okay, and what is the output medium, okay, like printout, fax, telex. Yesterday we had discussion, right? That information will be entering here, okay, and again which printer you want to be used. Again, that is also which printer device and those other details you can maintain here. And if you want to be processed immediately, you can put it like that 4. If you don't want to be processed immediately, you want to be processed separately with this manual transaction, then you can mention the 3. So where we can take it this printout, where we can take the PO printout, where we can take the PO printout. Yesterday we already had a discussion on this one. ME 9F. Now ME 9F you can PO output you can generate. Okay. So I'll just going to copy this one PO number and I will go to ME9F. Okay. And I'm going to ME9F and entering the PO number and other details and executing this one. And I can see here, this is the PO, still it is not generated. If it is generated, then you look at the checkbox here and I can see the display messages, what it is there. Okay, from here only you can see the display messages. Okay, this is the PO number, this is the contact person and phone number and fax number. So whatever the details which is maintained, it is here. And you can see that the delivery dates also for the material and how much the actual price and discount and surcharges and other including discount. And again, if you see that here, we ordered multiple dates, right? What on 30th we need 50 and on 7th we need 70 pieces. So that information also is captured. So this is the output. Okay, if the client wants to be use some different output, they can generate that and they can assign in the output determination. So we'll discuss that point in the output determination topic. Okay, now I'm generating these output messages. Okay, now this went to printout. Okay, output printout. Okay, so this is the way we can take the PO output printout. Any doubts on this creation of PO? You still not understand? Please.
Sir, can you open the PO, sir?
Okay. Okay.
In invoice, sir, delivery, beside delivery invoice is there.
Invoice tab.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this GR based IV is there. It will take
Yeah,
automatically.
It,
It will verify automatically how it is, sir.
yeah, it depends on your master data. In the master data, suppose in the purchasing data for this vendor, I should go always with the GR based IV. Okay. Or in info record. If you have already created info record, from the info record again to read a GR based IV checkbox. Okay. If you maintain here, it will be copy automatically. If you not maintain here, then you need to be maintained separately in the PO. Okay. Is it
Okay,
your
sir.
question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have to maintain in the master data. If you maintained already, then it will come out automatically. Okay.
Sir, in PO, if a company requires their logos, anything,
Yeah, that is a smart form. So the ABAPer will design the smart form. Okay, that means whatever we are getting this output, right? This printout, this is we called as a smart form. Okay. So what they will do, they will be adding the technical ABAPer. They will be adding the logo and they will be adding the name. They will be adding the phone numbers, all these details. Okay. And the address and the name will come from the plant or company address, but the logo
yes,
and all you need to be designed in the this output smart form. Okay, for
okay,
this the developer will create the form smart form separately. Okay, so I will show you that once again in the this is the one configuration output determination configuration. Okay, in this output determination configuration, okay, there will be a maintaining this smart form. Okay, I will show you. Go to output type. Okay, in output type, and now what is the output type we are getting? Type, right? This type we are getting. So if you go to processing routines, okay, they will assign the smart form here. Okay, so they will design the smart form. That means they will create the customized program. Okay, that customized program they will design for the smart forms, and that smart form have the output design. Okay, so they can add the logo, they can add the lines, they can add the proper template. Okay, so whatever they want they can add in the smart form. So that is again above per task. It's not our problem. Once they create a smart form, you need to be assigned that smart form into here, then that will be picked. Okay, clear?
okay, sir. Please.
Okay. Okay, now this is the PO creation. Now what is the next step? Next step is, let's assume that we are receiving the goods. Okay, so I'm going to MIGO. Okay, I can do a goods receipt by using MIGO. Okay, by using MIGO, I enter the PO number. In case, okay, in case if they want to be create through inbound delivery, what you can do, in this here you need to be mentioned that, but I need shipping notification. Okay, I need inbound delivery. Okay, just a moment, I'm getting call. Somebody to call. Okay, sorry, guys. Okay, so if you need to do inbound delivery creation and process the GR, okay, then you can select this here. Okay, the options here we have. Okay, there should be confirmation we required before processing the GR. Okay, there is a rough GR or something shipping notification. Okay, so those you need to be select here. If you selected here, what you need to be happen? Okay, suppose I'm just selecting here for this inbound delivery. Okay, and I'm selecting for the second line item also. The first line item we selected, second line item also need to select. Okay. The second line item. The second line item also, I'm just I need some shipping notification from the vendor. Okay. So when you are maintaining this one shipping notification, what you need to do, you have to maintain that. Okay. Go to pivot change. Okay. And this pivot change you need to be maintained that whether you received acknowledgement or not. Okay. So if you received acknowledgement information, that you acknowledgement information you need to be maintained here. Okay. In case it is acknowledgement is required, then acknowledgement information you need to be maintained. So this is a shipping notification, right? So acknowledgement also there is separate. So depends on the what selection here. Based on that, it will be show here. Suppose I just selected that confirmation. Okay, then it will be show that whatever it is assigned. Okay. Now I assign order acknowledgement and shipping notification. So what are the confirmation categories which is assigned based on your selection? That it is required here. Okay. So this is the inbound delivery creation. What will be happen in case if we are assigning this shipping notification? You need to be perform this GR, okay, by using VL31 transaction. That means you need to be create the inbound delivery before proceeding the GR. Okay, that means I'm expecting some goods received today. So I'm preparing that. Okay, I need to receive the stock from this vendor. Okay, before I'm receiving the stock, I'm just preparing myself that okay, which store location I need to put and okay, how much stock we are getting. So everything that information we are entering into inbound delivery. So this is a pre-step of the GR. Okay, so now I'm just entering and creating this inbound delivery. So how much delivery quantity you are expecting and actual GR date when it is. If suppose I'm created today, tomorrow I'm getting the GR, then I can put it like actual GR date is tomorrow. Okay. So if there is any transportation planning related, okay, TM related, anything is there, route it is there, some other related, it's like transportation, anyone? So transportation is nothing but like a it how the goods are coming, which like which some goods like how we can say like it is coming from
By
Vijayawada
road.
to Hyderabad, Vijayawada to Hyderabad. Okay, so what transportation you are using? Okay, logistic transportations or lorry or train or something here. Okay, the mode of transport, everything which is like that you can enter. The roads also you can define like from transport. If you have the transport management team, they can maintain the roads also. The road it is nothing but like a if it is coming in the via from Vijayawada to Hyderabad via Ongole, that is different road. If it is Vijayawada to Ongole, Vijayawada to Hyderabad, it is via Guntur, that is a different route. And Vijayawada to Hyderabad, it is via Khammam. So the roads they are maintaining. Okay. So when based on that, that will be the route will be calculated. And here the status will be like whether you are receiving, whether you are completely received or still not yet received. Okay. And if it is any WM is there or any packing status is there. Okay. Unpacking status, everything we can enter here. Okay. So this is the deepest way. If you have all the WM and packing, transportation, in those, if you have all these modules, then you can use this inbound delivery. Okay. Okay. So you can maintain a gross weight and invite and whatever the stock which is left, all is you can maintain here. Okay. So then I just need to be create the shipping notification here. The shipping notification number which is created, the shipping notification number, that means inbound delivery number which is created. That inbound delivery number you can see in the PO. So here it is updated. The inbound delivery, this is inbound delivery, and this is the delivery date 21st, and this is 100 quantity we are expecting. So like whatever you quantity you are entered in inbound delivery, that quantity which will be triggered here. Okay. Okay. So this is the way, this is the inbound delivery, but still we didn't receive the stock. Still we didn't receive the stock. We just created inbound delivery. We are expecting the goods received tomorrow. Okay, pre-plan this one. This inbound delivery, I'm just informing to the my warehouse team tomorrow I'm getting the stock. So ready with that. we have the packing also it is there, and you have to do unpacking and try some unloading. Okay, so if there is a packing is there, there is a checkbox is there, click box here. That pack information it will be displayed here. Okay, so what is the pack material? The header level, the packing material, actual packing material like cottons or some cylinders. So some whatever the packing materials, and the down it is the actual material what you ordered something. Okay, so here what you need to do, you have to be unpack here. There is options here. Okay, you need to be unpack and pack, repack. Okay, so these are the unpack and repack. That is a completely warehouse management related. Okay, clear?
So without inbound delivery also we can perform
Yeah.
GR, but
Without
for a
inbound delivery
detailed
also you can create a GR. With inbound delivery also you can create. Okay. So depends. Your client they want to be maintained all this transportation and they want to be maintained the packing and unloading, loading, all this information. Then they can go with the inbound delivery. So they are looking into some confirmation from the vendor before proceeding the GR. So that information you want to be entering the system, then you can go with the inbound delivery. Or we don't have any information, the stock suddenly we are received, then what we can do, we can directly do the GR and we can unloading the stock. Okay.
okay.
Okay. So whatever the way you want to be do, you can do it. Okay. So let's assume that I'm just planning, I'm getting today's stock, 21st. Okay. And okay. So has not yet been put away. So if there is a if this is the majorly we are using for the warehouse management, right? So in case if your warehouse, your store location is warehouse store location, suppose this is the warehouse store location, then what you need to do, you need to be create a transfer orders. Okay, you need to be create a transfer orders. From the transfer orders, you need to be maintained. But in this case, we don't have warehouse. Why? Because we didn't assign the warehouse management for this store location. Why? Because we created, right, our own store locations, right? So we didn't create that. So we don't need to do the any transfer order creation. Okay. And also you can take it up the output also. If you want to be taking output also, you can take it up to output. Okay. If you maintain the some message types, again, we need to be maintain the message type. So how we are maintaining the PO, the output type. So here also you need to be maintain the messages. Okay. So here you can see that the messages, what messages it is there, that messages types you have to be maintained. Okay. So here shipment request and what details it is there that you can maintain. Okay. And this information we can send to warehouse. Okay. So this is the we can create through inbound delivery. Okay. Now I'm just want to receive the goods. Okay. So go to goods receipt MIGO. Okay. In case if you are activated this confirmations, you cannot directly do the MIGO without creating the inbound delivery. Okay. So point one is here. If you want to do the inbound delivery, okay. If you want to do the GR, okay, for the inbound delivery which you are activated, that means in the PO level, the confirmations level, if you activated this confirmation is mandatory in the confirmations level. Okay, like you have selected anything here in the confirmation control, that means you should create the inbound delivery, then only you can proceed for the GR. If you are not selected here, then you can directly do the MIGO. But if you are selected, then you need to be create the inbound delivery first, then you need to plan, then you can do the GR with reference to inbound delivery, not with reference to PO. We need to do that with reference to inbound delivery. Okay? Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's assume that out of 100 quantity, we received only 50 quantity. Okay? Out of 100 quantity, we only received a 50 quantity. And the same way for the second line item also, we have out of 120, we have received only 60 quantity. That means we have received only 50% of the quantity. Okay. Now I'm checking this check. Okay. And here it is giving that the defective delivery quantity, which is 50 ton quantity. Okay. So that means you order 100 quantity, but you received only 50 quantity. Okay. So in case if you should in case if you are getting less quantity, if you don't want to be accept, then what you can do, you can change this warning message to error message in the configuration level, and I can strictly restrict that. I don't want to be allow if I'm getting the less stock. Okay, so it is on our, it is on, depends on hours only. So whether I can proceed with warning message or whether I should restrict here with error message. Error message is nothing but like it is coming in the red light traffic light. Okay, if it is a yellow traffic light, then it is a warning message. So still you can proceed. Okay, and this is purchase order number and how much quantity we ordered, and out of quantity order is 120, but you received 60 quantity. Okay, so quantity in delivery not is 120. So inbound delivery you already created with 120 quantity, but you are receiving only 60 quantity. Okay, so then you can post the document. Okay, so again there is a number ranges which is capturing here. So let's go to again FBN1. Okay, FPN1, and my company code is JTABC. Okay, and go to intervals. And the intervals, what it is missing? 03 it is missing. So I have to go 03. 03 it is there till 2015 it is there. 2000, now we are in the 2022, right? So I have to maintain for 2022. Now I'm just copying this one. For the current period, I'm just maintaining that 03 2022 and the period. Okay, so the number ranges which I maintain. Okay, so now I'll be go back and I'll just check this, and I need to be checked it. Okay, now if everything it looks good, then it will be posted. Okay, so the document which is posted, the material document number which is posted. So when you are posting GR document number, there is two documents will be posted. One is material document number, one is accounting document. So material document is what it is posted now, that is stock related. In this material document number, we can see that what is the stock, how much we received, that is. In the document info, if you go to FI document, there is a finance document also, it will be created, accounting document. That account document have the information about how much stock we have received and how much GRIR processing. That means goods received but still invoice not yet processed. Okay, and if anything freight account is there, that means freight charges are there in the PO, that freight charges will be coming. So like for each every item, okay, the stock value and that GRIR clearing account, and again that is freight cost will be posted. Okay, so if you see this here, inventory, we have received only half quantity, right? 50% of quantity. Okay. So if you see that here, one more thing I just need to show here. If you see that the transactions here, BSX, WRX, FR1. So this is the accounting, automatic account resumption. So earlier, if you see that we are assigned GL account, right? So each and every transaction have the one transaction event keys. So like for debit and credit. So one is debit for the basic stock account, which is we are receiving the stock, that is plus, and we need to be clear till the invoice, that is a GRIR clearing account is still balanced. Okay, that is WRX. Okay, and this is FR1 is for the freight clearing account. Still, I need to be clear for the freight also. Okay. So whatever it need to be clear, it is a negative, and whatever it is already done, it is added, that is positive. Okay. Now this is the one GR which is completed. Now I can go to PO. Now I just want to show that in the, if you see that how much which is total order quantity is 100, but you received only quantity reduced, it is 50 because we received 50 quantity. And in the purchase order history also you can see that we have received only 50 quantity. Out of 100 quantity, we have received only 50 quantity. Okay, and at a header level also we can see the status of that. Okay, out of total 220, right? Total 220 order quantity, but we received only 110 quantity. Still to be delivered has balance is 110. Okay, and the freight charges, where we can see the freight charges in the condition tab, the condition that they maintain the freight as a 1%. That's why it's going to the freight account. So why it is going to separate freight account? Sometime what will be happen? The freight vendor will be different. Okay, that means the delivery whoever supplying, okay, maybe it's a transportation like lorry transport or something like third party transport. So those cases, what we can do, we can maintain the vendor separately here. Who is the transport vendor? That transportation vendor you can maintain here. Then the payment will goes to whoever you maintain the transportation vendor. The transportation vendor will be go. Okay. And one more thing here, if you remember that in the we are maintaining the partners here. You see that? Okay, here it's in the last PO maintained, right? Okay, last PO we maintained. Let's see last PO. Is it only one PO we created, two POs we created?
Only one, sir.
Okay, I think we just skipped this one. I think we didn't save. There's some error we got. Okay, so next time I will show you the partners. If I just maintain the goods supplier and all, I'll show you. So what will be happen if I just maintain the goods supplier? Just I just separate one. So what will be happen when we receiving the goods? And suppose I'm just receiving the goods, right? Just now I received the goods, right? In this received goods, okay, it will show you the partner is the different partner. So receive who is the main vendor, who is the this goods supplier. Okay, that vendor will be different vendor. Okay, so that is the partner actually. Okay, now I have received only 50 quantity, right? Now I'm planning to go MIRO. That means invoice receipt. I'm just planning to do the invoice receipt. Okay, so here I can enter that when you want to plan for the invoice date, posting date. Okay, if there is a lorry number, vendor invoice number, something which is we have, that information you can enter, and you can enter the PO number here. Okay, in this PO number, once you enter, it is coming automatically the 50 quantity and 60 quantity because we received only 50 quantity and 60 quantity. We ordered 100 pieces, but we received only 50 quantity. So based on our goods received the quantity, it is coming 50 quantity and 60 quantity. Okay, in case if you are manually changing, suppose they send wrongly. So in that case, if you are manually updating, like I have received 110 quantity. Okay, so in that course, those cases, what will be happen? Okay, the system again will be validated that how much order quantity which you received. Okay, how much your order quantity you received, then it will give that some error message like okay, okay, this is the baseline date, which is payment date. Now I'm just going to the details here. I'm just copying this information. Okay. Now if you see that here, okay, quantity invoice is greater than the goods received quantity. Right? Why? Because whatever you receive the goods received quantity is the okay is different and invoice quantity is different. So what you need to do here, you need to be change this one. Okay, we entered wrongly, so it is not accepting. Then I can put an 50-60 quantity. Then now there is no messages here. Okay, so this is the way we can restrict that. Okay, and you want to calculate the tax also. You can calculate the tax. Okay, how much the tax, which is 1% of the tax, whatever the tax it is there, you just calculate the tax and you can enter the details. Okay, then you can see that now the GRIR clearing account will be nullified from the GR. Okay, that will be a positive now. There it is negative. Now here it is positive because we are clearing now. And whatever the payment we need to be paid to the vendor, that is still it is negative. Why? Because I didn't pay, but I just saying that I need to pay some amount to the vendor. Okay. So in case here, you also need to be enter the vendor freight. Okay. Suppose I have freight to cost, right? That freight cost also I need to be pay. So those cases, what you need to be, you need to be select the goods, services plus planned delivery cost. If you selected both, what will be happen? It will capture the freight also for each line item. What is the freight it is there? That value it will be captured. That value you can enter here. Okay. Again, we are adding the freight charges, right? Freight charges. that freight charges will be added here, and then you can enter the total amount how much you need to pay to vendor along with the delivery cost. And in the simulation you can see that now the freight also it is clearing now. So there it is negative, now it's clear. So that means whatever you did in the GR level, okay, so that is nullifying now. We are clearing now the invoice also we are clearing now, and it is payment is going. Okay, payment is we are ready to pay the amount to the vendor. This is much of the amount we need to pay. Okay, so you can check that other information what you want to be checked, like baseline date when you are planning to pay. So this is your baseline date when you are planning date. So due on. So based on the, if you see that payment terms, in the payment terms what you entered in the PO immediately due, right? You see that in the PO the payment terms you entered is a immediately due, right? It's like 00001, right? So if it is a payment immediately due is there, that what will be happen? The system will be calculated. Okay, it is a immediately payment due. Okay, then it will be entered that the date. Okay, due on when it is due on. So that will be entered. If any discount which vendor is providing, then you can enter the discount directly. Okay, and the payment part, house banking, bank details, payment method, how you want to process. Okay, okay, those details you can enter here. And unplanned delivery cost. In case if you are not entered in the PO level, the planned delivery cost, that means freight charges or nothing. So if you want to post some delivery cost at the time of GR, at the time of GR, they're saying that, okay, this is the freight charges, it is applicable. But at the time of PO, we didn't inform that, but now we are informing that this freight charges is included. So those are the unplanned delivery costs, because at the time of PO, we are not planned. So those are, we can enter directly here. Okay, and you can see the vendor number and the GL account, reconciliation GL account. Okay, and the address details, vendor address details also you can see here. The complete, if you maintain the complete address details, you can get it all this information. And tax information again here it will be captured 1%. Okay, and the contact persons, so who is the buyer, who is the GR processor, who is the invoice processor. Okay, requisitioner, if you maintain in the PR or PO level requisitioner, then you can get. Okay, so those are all details. If you want to post some note also, you can post it. Okay, and you can see in the down also the tax details information and okay, conditions information. What is the conditions like basic price information, discounts, price. The finance team, they want to be look into that. What is the freight charges, everything, right? That you can just click on here. You can see here. Okay, so everything you can see the net PO value and reference number, material number, and plant valuation, everything it will become here. Okay, you can see here also. Okay, so this is the way we will be entering, and we can post the invoice here. So this is the MIRO post. So now what will be happen? So whatever the GR pending invoices, that is cleared. How we know whether this pending invoices cleared or not cleared? Based on the GR posting here, or we can see that there is a transaction, or there is a report also. Okay, that is the report here. From the finance side, they have the report also. What they can see that GR balances are there. So I can give the PO number, and if it is not at posted, I can see that the GR, that means goods is still posted, but invoice still it is not posted. That not at posted, we can see. Okay, so this is the here it is cleared whatever the bit, and now I need to pay this amount to the vendor. So where I can see this one in the FBL1N. So that is from the finance side. Okay, so there what I can see that what is the payment is pending for this vendor. So how much payment is pending from this vendor. So I can enter the vendor account number. What is the vendor account number here? Okay, anyway, so the account number is okay 100587. Okay, so you can see that how many it is cleared, how many all items, open items, all you can see. So yesterday we posted one, and now today it's posted one. Okay, and I can see that not due and how much due it is. Okay, So there you can see. So this is the alert which is like due today. So we need to pay this amount immediately because immediately due, right? And this we have the still the time is there because we just say that okay, there is some payment terms is there 14 days. Within the 14 days you can pay, or within the 30 days you can pay. Within 45 days you can pay. So based on that, the due and not due is the we can show in the vendor side. This is the from the finance side. I can see that what is the open pending. Clear? So this is the way we'll be paying the amount to the vendor.
Sir, actually, if you are buying any product from outside, the person who is selling, he will be providing invoice and we just will be verifying the amount
Correct,
and we will
correct.
be paying.
Yeah, correct.
But here
Same
the
information
process
we are
is,
using. Yeah.
here we are only ordering the material and we are only preparing an invoice now. So whatever the
We are
freight
not
charges,
preparing the invoice. In our SAP system, we are entering the invoice. Let's assume that I'm receiving the invoice from the vendor. I'm entering the manually the details.
okay, we are
Because
just
here we
entering.
don't have exactly vendor, right? So outside vendor is there, then I can ask the vendor, give me the paper. So he can send the information in the paper, or he can send information on the mail, or he can send them information on the messages, whatever it might be. But you need to inform that to to SAP system. Okay, these are the details I received from the vendor.
Okay, okay. We're
Okay,
just entering
so
the
even
detail
I
freight
received,
charges now.
yeah, even goods receipt also I received, right? Okay, so I'm entering into the system, right? Because I need to inform to the system, boss, I received this stock, boss, I received this invoice from this vendor. So based on this invoice, these are the details. Okay, so I just entering so in the real time, what will be happen? Based on the invoice, what you received from the vendor, that you are entering manually. Okay.
Okay. And if at all any freight charges, if we enter wrongly,
Mhm.
then the verification will be done by vendor itself, so or else finance team.
It won't be go with vendor. It will be go with
Okay.
the who are the responsibility, like who have the access, like finance team have the access to verify that. Okay, so those. Why? Because you are planning for unplanned delivery cost or planned delivery cost.
Planned delivery, if at all.
In case planned delivery cost, then if there is a difference amount in the PO and invoice, then obviously the system will block the invoice. It won't be released any payment. Okay, initially it will go for the blocked. Then later your finance manager or your accounting manager, someone they have to be looking into that. What are the invoices which is blocked and the reason why it is blocked because of the price difference. Okay, because of the value difference. Okay, then they will validate, and if everything it looks good, okay, still we can pay the amount to the vendor, then they will be releasing from that blocked invoices. Okay, any quantity variance, any price variance, okay, it will go to the blocked invoice. Blocking the invoice itself, it will go to block, and it will not display in the open items. Financial side, it will not be show in the open item. It is blocked. Clear?
Okay.